Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson tweeted Sunday that until an investigation is completed, the public should, quote, refrain from speculation. However, the NAACP Legal Defense Fund is asking for an independent investigation into Brown's death, calling the murder deeply alarming and highly suspicious. This is insane, the turn of events in just 1 week since we talked about this. So ladies, do you think that, like the mayor said, speculation is dangerous, or could it actually lead to what's necessary right now, action?
I hope it leads to action. I mean, obviously, if you're looking at the situation, that man was assassinated. If you don't see that there's something wrong, that there's something fishy going on here, if you don't smell that it smells fishy, then you're not breathing. Like, something is wrong here.
Yes.
Like,
Hello everyone. I wanted to talk about the latest stupid social justice warrior conspiracy theory. It concerns the Amber Guyger case. If you're not familiar with who Amber Guyger is, well, she was a female Dallas police officer who never should have been hired as a police officer and had no business wearing the uniform. You see, Amber Guyger one day coming home from work got into her apartment complex and for some reason walked to the wrong floor. Because the interior of the apartment complex looks the same, she thought she was walking to her apartment, but she was actually on the wrong floor. When she went to open the front door to what she thought was her apartment, she was surprised to find that it was unlocked. She walked into an apartment and there was an unfamiliar man there. For some strange reason, she didn't recognize the fact that this apartment was not her apartment. The man told her that he had lived there, that it was his apartment, but nonetheless, she proceeded to shoot him, and the man died. And of course, Amber Guyger is white, and the man who was killed was black. Now, I'm willing to cut law enforcement the benefit of the doubt. You know that if you've seen my Officer Pantaleo video, but I'm not going to defend Amber Guyger in this video. If you're going to use castle doctrine as a justification to shoot an unarmed person, you better be damn sure that you're in your own house. And here's where things get all conspiratorial. You see, the key witness in the case against Amber Guyger is a man named Joshua Brown. Joshua Brown was a neighbor of the victim, Botham Jean, who Amber Guyger murdered. Just recently, Joshua Brown, the key witness, himself was murdered. The Dallas Police Department has accused 3 men of being complicit in the murder of Joshua Brown. And the circumstances behind that murder are kind of shifty. It appears there was some sort of drug deal planned, and the 3 suspects had driven 4.5 miles to meet up with Joshua Brown. And after murdering him, they left valuable drugs and cash at the crime scene. Very suspicious, huh? The social justice warriors have been awfully quick to allege this as a conspiracy theory by the Dallas Police Department to get rid of a key witness against Amber Guyger. However, there's a big problem with this conspiracy theory. A reason that it would be absolutely ridiculous for someone to believe such a stupid theory. And you want to know what that is? Are you ready to know the reason why this is a absolutely dumb conspiracy theory? Well, here you go. Guess what? Amber Guyger was already tried and convicted of murder. Joshua Brown already testified against her. The jury deliberated and they found her guilty. Why on earth, if the Dallas police wanted to protect Amber Guyger, would they wait till after she was convicted to go ahead and kill a witness against her? That doesn't help her out at all. She's already convicted. The guy already testified. Even if she managed to get her case overturned on appeal, which is unlikely, the prosecution could just replay the video recording or provide the transcript of the testimony of Joshua Brown to a subsequent jury. You're allowed to do that. in a criminal trial. When a witness has already been cross-examined by the defendant, then his confrontation clause rights to confront that witness have been fulfilled. You can reuse transcripts or video of previous witness testimony when that witness was cross-examined by a defense attorney. If this were really a conspiracy theory, then it is the dumbest, most pointless conspiracy theory of all time. But what about the suspicious circumstances surrounding the death of Joshua Brown? Okay, well, assuming the police got it right and they correctly identified these suspects, which I don't know how they identified them, that hasn't been released to the news media yet, so we really have no idea, but there has to be some reason the police were able to figure out what happened. But setting that aside, the mere fact that they drove 4.5 hours is not in and of itself suspicious. At the crime scene, 12 pounds of weed and thousands of dollars in cash were found left behind. That likely suggests that whatever was supposed to happen was a botched drug deal, that if it hadn't have been botched, it probably would have been lucrative. People are willing to drive 4.5 hours if they believe they're going to partake in some sort of lucrative drug deal that's going to make them thousands of dollars. I would probably consider driving 4.5 hours if I thought it would make me $4,000, for example. What about the fact that weed and thousands of dollars in cash were left behind? Well, when things went to complete shit, when someone fucking died, I don't think the primary concern of these guys was making sure that they made off with all the loot. They probably didn't expect that this murder would happen. They were surprised by it, they were afraid of getting caught, and they probably got the fuck out of there as soon as they could, because that's the rational thing to do when you've just committed a murder. Now, if you're one of these SJWs and you're thinking to yourself, oh, no, it's still a valid conspiracy theory because Joshua Brown was going to be a witness in the wrongful death civil lawsuit.
It's being reported that Joshua was also set to testify against the city of Dallas in a wrongful death lawsuit brought about by John's family.
No, that's stupid too. Remember, Joshua Brown testified under oath. He was cross-examined about what happened. Now that he is unavailable as a witness, that he has been killed in the civil litigation, there are legal rules and methods that allow his previous testimony to be considered as evidence. Just because Joshua Brown died at this point doesn't forestall the civil case from proceeding. Now, if Joshua Brown had not testified, if there was no time where he was put under oath and gave testimony, then yeah, that would be a different story. If this happened before the trial, before he testified, then yeah, maybe it makes sense for Dallas police, assuming they wanted to protect Amber Guyger or protect the city from civil liability, which why the fuck would any Dallas police officer give a shit about that? It would only make sense for them to do that before he testified. After he testified, that evidence is coming in. It's too late. Killing him accomplishes nothing. But this is just one more example where facts and common sense don't mean anything to social justice warriors. They're gonna keep drudging this up and treating it like some sort of giant conspiracy theory. But it's not. That idea is stupid. If you like this video and you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe.